The last statement. Alright. I saw it clear as day. The man on the boat was Mr. Edgeworth. And that's it. Shortest testimony in the game. That's literally it. Well, we can present something finally. Let's look at the lake photo. Now, from this point of view, which was where Lotta's camera was set up, you couldn't tell who was who because of the fog, so this is obviously false. Gotcha. Gotcha, Miss Hart. Finally. What? What do you got, what? Look at this photograph. The photo I took? The very same. There's something I want you to see in this photo. It's quite clearly visible. The fog, Miss Hart. So? This picture was taken with professional, high-quality film, correct? Yet even it could not capture the faces of the men on the boat. Yet you claim you saw Mr. Edgeworth. How? What? Mr. Wright has a point. That's why I told her not to say that in her testimony, please. Yet now she has said it, Mr. Von Karma. How could you possibly see Mr. Edgeworth? Explain yourself. Miss Hart. What? Wait, what? Did you see the defendant that night? Of course. I said that I could, and I meant I could. Then please testify to the Please testify as to the circumstances of your sighting. I did it. I finally found a hole in Von Karma's carefully vague testimony. Witness testimony. How Edgeworth was seen. You're right. It was a cold night, and the fog was thick as grits. So once I was finished setting up my camera, I got back in the car. Still, I brought my binoculars with me. When I heard that noise out in the lake, I looked with my binoculars. See? No problem. You use binoculars? Very well. You may begin your cross-examination, Mr. Wright. This one better be good. How Mr. Edgeworth was seen. You're right. It was a cold night, and the mist was thick as grits. So, once I was finished setting up my camera, I got back in the car. Still, I brought my binoculars with me. Let's go ahead and press this statement. Binoculars? Yeah, binoculars. Yesterday, you mentioned that you were out looking for shooting stars, correct? Well, yeah. Wouldn't you need a telescope, not binoculars for that? Ew. I've got doubts about your camera, too. Was that really to take pictures of meteor showers? The camera is irrelevant to this case. You can't say that for certain. Mr. Wright? Is the camera really relevant to this case? If you believe it is, you may continue with this line of questioning. But know this, if you find nothing with this, there will be consequences. Well, Mr. Wright, do you wish to press further about the camera? Let's press further. This is a make or break it time. The camera is of utmost importance, Your Honor. It is perhaps the key to this entire case. Therefore, I will continue my line of questioning. Wow, maybe I went a little bit overboard there. Very well. Miss Hart, you will testify to the court about the camera. Yeah, I hear ya. The camera was set up to take pictures of a meteor shower. When I heard that noise out on the lake, I looked with my binoculars. Okay, so let's see. Let's go ahead and present Lotta's camera. You were photographing shooting stars? That's a lie. Says who? I saw the camera you set up yesterday. It was pointed directly at the lake. You have to point a camera upwards to take pictures of the stars, Miss Hart. Almost called her Mr. Wright. Oof. Mr. Wright, what are you driving at? The witness was not at the lake to photograph shooting stars, Your Honor. Well then, what exactly was she photographing? Let's show evidence. Take a look at this. This is a very crucial point. If you fail here, you lose a mark. We have the pistol, lake photo, pistol bullet, overhead map, Robert's autopsy report, Lotta's camera, attorney's badge, and misty-faced photo. Gordy article is what you have to present here. Miss Hart, this is what you were trying to photograph. What's this? A newspaper article? Gordy? Ah, the sighting at Gourd Lake. Well, Miss Hart? I never heard of no lake monster. You got proof or something? Let's see you prove that I was down at the lake trying to photograph this Gordy. I have proof. I have it. Proof. Intriguing. Very well, let's see it. And no joking around this time, please. Here is proof that the witness was trying to photograph Gordy, the lake monster. Present Lotta's camera again. The proof, Miss Hart, is in your own camera. Your camera was set to take Your camera was set to take photos in response to loud noises, correct? Thus, this photograph here, taken when a gun fired on the lake. And this article about Gordy. According to this article, Gordy made a loud noise when it emerged. Well, you were trying to photograph Gordy, weren't you? That's why you had a camera set up to respond to loud noises. Order! Order! I see. I too thought it was a little strange. Yeah, sure. Well, Miss Hart? You were camping there to try and take a picture of Gordy, weren't you? Yeah. Not bad. Are all you lawyers that smart? So smart, boy. I was down there trying to photograph Gordy. You got me. So what? That don't change what I saw, does it? Exactly. What you just used several precious minutes of our time to prove is nothing more than that the witness is an idiot who thinks monsters exist. Ha! But as she said, so what? Its Jade does nothing. Not true. You were hiding the whole thing about Gordy for some reason. I know it. But what could it have been? Whatever it is, I'm getting to the bottom of this. Miss Hart, why did you try to hide the fact you were searching for Gordy from the court? Please revise your testimony. Right. Fine, I'll testify. It won't change nothing, though. Something will change. It has to. And I'm going to spot it. Alrighty. Witness testimony. Lotta's new testimony. Actually, I'm not a research student in the university. I'm an investigative photographer. And imagine what a scoop like this would be if I got a picture of that monster. That's why I was camping out by the lake. But that's all I was hiding. When I heard the bang, I looked straight out at the lake. There wasn't much else to look at, so I just watched the boat the whole time. Then I saw a flash near one of the men's hand, and I heard another gunshot. I was looking right at that boat, and the whole time, crossed my heart and hoped to fry. Well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. The witness's testimony is unchanged from before. Whether she is a research student or a photographer has no bearing on this case. There is no need to waste more of our time with another pointless cross-examination. I claim the defense's right to cross-examine the witness, Your Honor. Von Karma's up to something, I know it. He doesn't want me to cross-examine her because why? Was there a contradiction? Very well, you may begin the cross-examination. You seem sure of yourself. You must have something in your mind. That would be a first. Very funny. You understand this is your last chance at a cross-examination, Mr. Wright? If there is no problem with the testimony this time, we will let the witness leave. I will announce my verdict at that time, Mr. Wright. Understood? Yes, Your Honor. Here we go. Lotta's new testimony. Actually, I'm not a research student at a university. Okay, I'm not going to read this. It'd be a waste of time. So let's just look through all this again. That's why I was camping out by the lake. But that's all I was hiding. When I heard the bang, I looked at it straight at the lake. There wasn't much else to look at, so I just watched the boat the whole time. So, if you think about it, there wasn't much else to look at. The whole reason she was here was to look at Gordy. I don't think I meant to press that. There wasn't much else to look at? Yep. I don't know. If she heard a bang and she thought Gordy was out there, kind of doubt she'd waste any time looking at a boat. What? What did I do now? What are you giving me that look for? Definitely suspicious. Maybe it's time for some evidence. Witness, continue. Hold your hush puppies, Pops. I'm getting there. Alright. Then I saw a flash near one of the men's hands and I heard another gunshot. Okay. We're going to present the Gordy article here. Miss Hart, were you really looking at that boat? What's with you? Of course I was looking at it. I was the only thing out there. Any normal person would be looking at it. I agree, any normal person would. But you are far from normal. What? Y'all want to step over here and say that? You were camping at the lake to take a picture of Gordy. Think about it. What would you do if you heard a loud noise? You'd be scanning the lake for any sign of Gordy, that's what! You wouldn't give the boat a second thought. Order! Continue, Mr. Wright. You testified that you were watching the boat through binoculars. However, you wouldn't need binoculars to watch that boat. You needed them to search for Gordy, and that's what you were doing. Well? Well, now that y'all mention it, I did sort of take my binoculars and kind of scan the lake a little bit. I mean, Gordy might be out there and all. Miss Hart, are you trying to say that you were not watching the boat then? Sorry, y'all. I wasn't fibbing, really. I thought I, could be the witness to a murder and all. Kinda got excited. I was sure I was watching that boat, till now. This is totally uncalled for. But hey! You got the photograph. You got proof. Still, we can't see who was shooting in this. Right. That's why I took this photo in... Witness. That's enough. You've had a long day. Shut your pie hole. Shut my what? What was she going to say? She took the photo and what? Wait a second. She even had a photograph to prove it. But you really can't tell from the photo who's shooting. That's why she said she's going to enlarge the photo. She said it'll drop the quality a mite, but it should let us see who is who. She enlarged that photo. Why won't Von Karma let her show it? I've got a hunch. I bet that an enlarged photo shows something bad for Von Karma. This is my chance. If I'm wrong, though, it'll mean prison for Edgeworth, or worse. What should I do? Let's see. Let's think here. Well, if we wait and see what happens, this case will be over. So let's make her show the enlargement. Miss Hart, look at this photograph. You enlarged this photograph, did you not? Yeah, I did. Why has that enlargement not been presented to the court? Because it does not exist. What are y'all talking about? You were the one who told me not to show it in the court in the first place. You old fool. Ooh, we seem to have found something that we stumbled upon. I can't speak English, apparently. What is the meaning of this, Mr. Von Karma? Miss Hart! Show the photo to the court! Show us the enlargement! The prosecution objects to the submission of this evidence. Objection denied. The witness will show the enlargement to the court. Here it is. Oh my god. We cannot see who is firing in this. It could be the defendant, or maybe it's not. Regardless, I'll accept this as evidence. Lake photo added to the court record. Happy now, Mr. Wright? There has to be something. You asked for the enlargement, you got the enlargement. And a little good has it done any of us. That's why I requested she not show it. I suppose this means that the cross-examination is over, obviously. Then I would like to close this cross-examination of Miss Lotta Hart, and none too soon. That was a flagrant waste of my time. Mr. Von Karma, did you have anything to add? I stated everything I needed to when this trial began. Decisive evidence. A decisive witness. What else could possibly be required? Nothing, of course. Then I believe it is time for me to declare my verdict. Wait, it's not supposed to go like this. There has to be a clue in this photo, somewhere. This is bad, real bad. What should I do? Object. Your Honor, there is something decidedly strange with this enlargement. What might that be? Mr. Wright, you will show the court what you mean. What about this photo is strange? Okay, here goes nothing. I'll show the judge what's strange about this photo. Alrighty, here we go. Now, if we look at the photo, we see that right there, there's a hand holding the gun. So we want to highlight this. Here, Your Honor. The shooter? I'm not sure I understand. What about the shooter is so strange? Look at the hand holding the pistol, Your Honor. The hand? That hand directly contradicts another piece of evidence. This man's left hand does what? Let me show you. I'll show you the evidence that the left hand contradicts. Present, because the pistol had right hand prints. The man in this photograph is holding that pistol in his left hand. However, the prints on the murder weapon here were from Edgeworth's right hand. Ergo, the man shooting the pistol in this photograph is not Mr. Edgeworth. Now that everyone in the courtroom has quieted down, I would like to reconvene the court of law. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. You have given us this definitive proof today. We now know that it was not Mr. Edgeworth who fired the pistol that night. However, this leaves us with a rather large problem. If Mr. Edgeworth didn't do it, then who shot our victim? Precisely. As we have seen, there were no other people on the lake that night. Who but the defendant could have shot the victim? The victim himself. There is only one explanation remaining. The man who shot the victim was none other than the victim himself. Order, order! So you were saying that the victim committed suicide? Yes, Your Honor. I can think of no other explanation. Indeed, that does seem to be the only remaining option. I'm so very, very sorry, Mr. Wright, but suicide is out of the question. What? An examination of the victim's wound reveals the distance from that. I can't speak. The distance at which he was shot. The distance? The victim was clearly shot from further than a meter away. A meter? That's 3 feet. There's no way it could have been suicide. Order, order! Mr. Von Karma, are you sure of the accuracy of your data? Of course. I had already considered the possibility of suicide, you see. Autopsy report added to the court record, or updated, rather. I see. Very well, allow me to state my opinion. Considering the situation, the shooter had to be the defendant, Mr. Edgeworth. However, the prints on the gun reveal that the shooter was not Mr. Edgeworth. This is a conundrum. Therefore, I would like to suspend proceedings for this trial for the day. The court orders the defense and the prosecution to further investigate this matter. Understood? Yes, Your Honor. That is all. The court is adjourned. We won that by like the skin of our teeth. Phew, that was a close one. Hey, don't you have anything to say? No, I have yet to be declared innocent, Mr. Wright. Well, yeah, but what happened out there on that lake, anyway? If he didn't commit suicide, then who? The shooter was about a meter away, too. What? Don't give me that look. I did not kill him. I was just kidding around. Look, I'm going to go check on Maya. Oh, right. What? Tell her something for me. Tell her to watch what she says in court. That's all. Yeah, I'm sure she'll be happy to hear what you say. Hear you say that, Edgeworth. Jerk. I requisitioned a transcript of Lotta's entire testimony. I thought it might give me some ammunition for the trial tomorrow. Of course, she didn't see the shooter, so the only part of this testimony that stood was the bang she heard. To be continued, and that is it for the trial of the second day. Now, I'm going to go ahead and stop this recording session before I butcher anything else, because I obviously can't speak right now for some reason. So, if you enjoyed this video, just click the next, last, and playlist buttons at the top of the video to be navigated between the series, and check out maybe the previous episode if you didn't see that, or keep checking back for the next episode. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see more. I've been Mr. H-tastic, and next time on Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, we will be investigating. Yay!